I want to talk to my friend Jim Knight, who used to be with Hard Rock Cafes and is now an internationally known conference and motivational speaker, and just ask Jim what he thought about branding and what he thought about our church and come in. So he came in one Sunday last August of 2012 and kind of just, I didn't tell anybody he was here. I just let him come in and kind of experience what it was like. And I just wanted to see how our culture had shifted and some things we maybe still needed to change. One of the things he said to me was, you know what? I felt like that your brand name, Spirit Life Church, he said, brand names make a promise. He said, when I came into the church, I felt like it didn't match the brand name that was on the sign. There was something different. And so he asked me, would you be willing to maybe do something different? From that point on, and our staff began to talk about our real mission to be a relevant, creative church, empowering people to reach others. But in order to reach people that are different from us, maybe we had to rethink the name of the church for where we really are.
When my dad first came to me and talked about a name change, it was years and years ago, and my sister and I were pretty much against it. And we just knew that we had a brand of Spirit Life Church, and we owned spiritlife.com, and we had a following. And I realized over the years that the name Spirit Life was kind of getting old. You know, the word spirit in our generation, in our culture, kind of sounds spooky.
God gave me a great scripture in the book of Isaiah where the word says, I am the Lord your God, I will call you by a new name which the mouth of the Lord shall name. And I want to make sure that we're always respecting our heritage as Spirit Life Church. I don't ever question the name we've had. But one of the things that really hit me strong when God spoke and confirmed that He was going to rename us was that it had to be both timely and timeless.
We took it to prayer mainly. We researched, we brainstormed, we worked really hard on it. And even when we tried to think of even trendy names or things like that, it just didn't have staying power. You know, we want to be relevant for forever. We don't want to be a fad or, you know, a passing trend.
And finally, one night after several weeks of searching, I was just thinking about certain things, and all of a sudden it hit me. And I was so excited that we found something so simple and so us at the same time. We've been working for over a year on the legal side of the name change, including the trademark and copywriting and the website domain that we have acquired.
It's amazing when God gives you the right word and the right thing that just perfectly describes us and who we are and also where we're headed.
That He wants us to be called by a new name. He wants us to be called by a new name. Spirit Life is your foundational name. Now I want you to rise up and build for the next season. God, it can't be some trendy name, but it can't be some religious name. That's it, I'll get it. Just wait. That's it, I'll get it. this name change is not the announcement of more change. It's simply a capsulizing of what God has already done in us.
When you start thinking about what now means, it's a word that's going to last forever. And in 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, there's going to be a relevance of what God is doing right then, right now, in that season.
Now church, it's such a simple word and yet it's packed with power. There's so much in it. You know, we recently heard a guest speaker say, simplify to strengthen. And I really believe that that's what God's doing with us. And He is simplifying us to strengthen us and to carry us into the next season of great things that He has in store.
As Now Church, we are more prepared for growth than ever before. I see amazing things ahead financially and numerically, and just our influence around the world as we do live streaming. Just the thought of being able to stream our services live, online, or on demand whenever people want, on their iPads or on their iPhones or on their computers. It's just really cool. We're gonna be able to reach a whole new generation of people, and really there's no boundaries.
I see the next generation carrying the torch. I see God multiplying this house, not just in numbers, but in influence. I see records, I see recordings, I see traveling. There's just so much that the future holds. And I think it's been in part because we've been obedient and faithful with what God has given us. We've been faithful with the small, and I believe that as we come into this next season, we're about to be entrusted with a whole lot more.
We feel like we're right on the edge, right on the precipice of an amazing breakthrough as a church. We feel it in everything that we're doing. We feel it in our worship. We feel it in our children's ministry, our youth ministry. We feel it in the preaching of the word here. We feel that God is just about to break us into a whole new dimension.
The mission of Now Church is to build a relevant, creative church empowering people to reach others. That's who we've become over the last few years anyway. And I tell you, the best days are just ahead of us. We've got a new lobby on the horizon. We've got new buildings on the horizon. All kinds of things happening with our school, education. All these things are ahead as we build bridges to the lost and reach people right where they are now. Come be a part of something where God is moving, where it's not about what God did, but it's about what God is about to do. The future is now.